Hello and welcome guys to the season opener of the PLR ACC League Season 6. We are at Kyalami today. This is round 1 and we are in the top split. So for this season there's 40 drivers who are racing and divided into 2 splits. So we are in the top split with the faster drivers. So starting now with qualifying, this was my best qualifying lap. Second lap that we were able to do. And coming into turn 1, we're already a little bit up on our lap, braking at the 100 meter board as you can see. Good apex there, using all the track that we can. Could have used more on the exit. About 1.2 up on our best lap. Coming round here, very easy to lose grip if you take too much curb. Take a nice little bit of curb, good apex there, we're about 1.8 seconds up. Coming now to this fast left-hander, very tricky to get it perfect and to use all the track. So good exit there, using as much track as we can. Lose a little bit of time in this braking zone, but we're back up to about 2.2 seconds up, sorry 2.2 tenths up. Coming down through the S section here, very tricky if you take too much curb, but we gain time through there, so we're up to about half second up. We've got this hairpin now, get a good exit, very easy to lose traction here, and we've got a good exit there, 4 tenths up. Got the Ferrari ahead of us, he's going to let us through as we come into the right hander, which is good. I think we are okay through here. Let's see if we gain any time. Yep, we gain about 2.2 tenths, so we're at 6 tenths up. Big slide here, lose a lot of time. We go from 6 tenths to about 4 tenths there, so unfortunate that we lost so much time there, because this league is just so close that you really don't want to lose any time. But anyway, we qualified in P8, and because there is 40 drivers in this league and we're split into 2 divisions, I was actually quite happy with that, because that was the top split. So let's move on to the race. So now, just as we've gone green there, my recorder didn't actually start on the starting for some reason. Go to cover off the Bentley, and then we move back to the racing line on the outside, which is not great. As you see, we are 4 wide into turn 1. I get completely pushed off the track, nowhere to go, nearly 4 wide again, and by the time we exit turn 1 and 2, the McLaren spinning there as well, I'm down to P12, so we've lost 4 positions there in those first few corners. Now coming up a little bit later on lap 1, into the hairpin now, Jazz on the outside. Lamborghini brakes earlier than he expected. He hits Lamborghini. I try and avoid it all and get hit in the rear by, I think it was another Bentley, which gave me some damage on the rear aero. And then at the end of lap 1, another incident. Boosted Goose goes wide and there's a Mercedes in the wall, and I think Tony Dock in the Bentley ahead was also involved because he was rejoining the track. So yeah, a bit of a chaotic first lap. And then just at the first sector of lap 2, unfortunately we see Boris has spun into the wall. Very easy to spin on that turn there. So we are now up to P7, but as you can see there's a huge gap to P4 and about a 2 and 3 second gap to the cars in front of us, just because of all the time we lost trying to avoid everyone. Now coming around this left-hander here, have a really big slide, managed to keep it together. Very nearly thought I was going in the wall there. Same corner that Boris spun at the start of the race. And now as you can see, big mistake there on my in-lap. Boosted Goose in the AMG nearly comes alongside me, and as I come into the pit lane, Boosted Goose is around a second behind me, and then Tony Dock is, I'm not sure exactly how far ahead he was. I think it was around 5 seconds. So we're now going to skip 7 minutes into later, and we're going to see Boosted Goose in the pit lane. So we lost time to Tony Dock during the pit stop, but we gained about 12 seconds over Boosted Goose. So it kind of worked and kind of didn't, the undercut. So now we are going to skip quite a bit into the race with 13 minutes left, because not a lot happened after the pit stops. Here we have a huge slide very nearly into the wall here. Full opposite lock here, slamming on the brakes, just trying to keep it out the wall. Unfortunately, losing P8 to T6 bullet. And here's my reaction that I thought was quite funny. So now we are going to skip to the final lap, our final lap battle with Boosted Goose behind us. He's alongside. This is the final lap, trying to hold on to P9 after nearly spinning out of P8. Managed to keep ahead of Boosted Goose here into the left-hander. He's right on our tail, only about 4 tenths behind us. Trying to pull away as much as we can. Don't have a lot of grip because it's now night. Our tire pressures aren't right, as you can see. Coming round the right-hander now, trying to keep it together. Into the left-hander, as you can see, being careful not to use too much curb. Coming down to this S section, very difficult to get it right and not take too much curb. We are a bit wide coming into the left-hander, which unsettles the car into the right, but able to stay ahead about half a second now. Coming round this hairpin onto the long back straight and into the final sector of the track here. Along this back straight, as you can see, we're only 4 tenths ahead of Boosted Goose here, just trying to keep it together, do the best we can. Coming to the right-hander now, another little hairpin right on our back. As you can see, the lights in the rear view mirror of Boosted Goose right on the back of us there, very nearly getting alongside. Coming around the final right-hander, very easy to hit that curb. And then in the final corner now, Boosted Goose right on our tail, only 4 tenths behind us as we cross the line here. And just as we accelerate to the finish, we're only about 2 tenths ahead there. So a good race there. First round, I was happy with it, especially because unlike last season, we've got 40 drivers and we are in the top split, so the fastest drivers. I think there's definitely more in pace wise in qualifying and in the race, but unfortunately, because of the first 2 laps, I did lose quite a bit of time in the race and then get damage that we had to continue the whole race with. But I was still pretty happy for the first round to get a good amount of points. Thanks for watching.